Welcome, guys. Welcome to ChatTactic. This is episode. Actually, I don't even know if I updated the timing right. I can't remember. Anyway, I think I may be a week out with my list of when it was actually supposed to be. I think I've got the same number as last week. I think I may have. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, goodbye to Next Fest. It's sort of basically on its way out this week. So I'm going to go through. Maybe we'll have a look at these. I've just noticed that they've got like the number of people who sort of, I guess, downloaded the different games. So we might have a quick look through that because it literally finishes 15 seconds ago, basically, Next Fest. So Next Fest is now done and dusted for this week. We're going to be talking about Zephon because they've got a demo that's actually just coming out this week. So I think that's a clever move. Like you're basically, rather than being in amongst all of the other demos for Next Fest, which I guess, I'm not someone who likes to play demos, but the Zephon demo basically is coming out right now. And so I think Zephon is, like with that demo, you basically, if you finish off with Next Fest, you got some really, you can play an awful lot with that demo from Zephon. So we'll talk about that as well. We'll also, we do actually have a giveaway. We have Road Redemption is the game to give away today, so for the marble run. So we'll go through that as well. And that looks pretty cool, actually. I played a little bit of it. It's sort of not my typical sort of game, but I do quite enjoy it. It's sort of one where you're like a road warrior on a motorbike, and you're trying to sort of. I'm terrible at it, but it is quite good fun. So we'll have a look at that as well. So hi everyone, and we've got Sorbical saying hi, Rentrasusi saying he's rocking the crowd with the new old school, and so Roll Brandywine saying hi, and Bob Rupert, Will Clayton up the top there, Zark's saying hi all, and Chris and Veer and Games. So hope everyone is doing well. We're going to be. I think we'll just start off with. I think we'll start off with this because I don't know if or when this will sort of all then change, because this is essentially the it's now over, Next Fest, but we might have a quick look and see. I'm just going to skim past a lot of these. Action roguelike, roguelite. Looks like it's a bit of a bit too fast for me, but that looks like to be the most popular of the games. Awaken is another single-player exploration, atmospheric fantasy. Doesn't look all that great to me. Sky of Tides, narrative, nope, forget that one. There's a lot of them in here, actually. Deviate, I'll just skip Metrovania, not good for me. And I don't know about if it's good for you guys as well. Here we go, Rusi saying, I'm just fortunate enough to be here for it. Okay, there we go. So we've got Dungeon Born, again, Dungeon Crawler. I don't know. Lotus, it dwindles off quickly there, doesn't it? I don't know if that's, that can't be the people playing it. Could it? That could be the people playing these things. But it goes from about 5,000 down to 4,000. Then it dips at 1,500 down to Dragonborn. Then another 1,500 down to Lotus Tavern, which is an action roguelike, an adventure. Again, doesn't look all that great. Actually, there's Realm of Ink again. What? What's going on there? They've got extras. Maybe, I don't know what's going on with that one. Backpack Battles, no, not really all that great. Pacific Drive, everyone was recommending this one. Story Rich, that's the one thing I don't like about this, but people were saying that this one is actually worth having a look at. Soul Mask, Survival Sandbox, no, not really. Just see if there's anything really worth having a bit of a look at through here. Bullet Hell, that's not really going to be good. Fantasy Combat doesn't look all that interesting. Now, Millennia, this is one that I do want to talk about. This I'm on the beta for it, but I haven't played it for months. I'm going to have to play that. I didn't have the demo, so I didn't actually play the demo, but I do actually have the I do have the beta, so I can actually sort of play that at any point in time. And people are raving about this game, so I am going to go and have a look at that one. I've been going through all of the beta games that I've got at the moment and just playing it, because this is like the quiet week before all the good stuff starts to come. So we've got like a week, maybe a week and a half before we start to see all the big releases again. So this is like, if in a song, this is the boring bit of the song this particular week. And so we've just had all these different demos, I guess. But people are really, really thinking Millennia could even be like Game of the Year type material. So that was not my experience with it when I first started playing the beta, I've got to be honest. So I'm interested to see what's changed and how that one sort of does play. I actually struggled with it, I've got to say, in the beta. I didn't enjoy it. Just the aesthetically was a big problem for me. I just found it was a real mishmash of fonts and user experience and user interface. I really didn't like, but that was very early on in the beta. So anyway, we'll see how that one goes. I will actually play that one. Breachway is actually coming very soon, 23rd of March. So we're a month and a bit away for that one. I'm really looking forward to this. So this is another big one that I didn't realize that they actually had a demo available for that one. I would have grabbed that one actually. Maybe I did, but just forgot it was there. TerraTech. This one also looks interesting. Like this is a base building game, early access. I'm not sure when that one's coming. I was interested in having a look at that one. Here we go. So we've got 3 there in a row that are fairly good. Oh, here we go. There's ASMR food experience. People say I should change my channel to Dazemra, to put a D in front of it, and then just talk really softly and crinkle paper in amongst the in front of everything. There we go. It's such an unusual thing, isn't it? ASMR. It's just very strange. I get it though. Like it's sort of because I know that there's people actually listen to not even music, but sort of like a brainwave type noise music, which sort of gets you focused on things. And I think that certain things will things like ASMR, I guess, must be relaxing for people, like where they can basically it helps them go to sleep or whatever. It's a little bit like white noise, I would imagine. Anyway, that's ASMR. It's not really my thing, but I do get it. I do get that one. So Bob Rivers saying, you Aussies are strange. What do you mean, us Aussies? That's it's not just us that have ASMR. It's everywhere. So Indica is, not sure what that one is. Psychological, no, not really. No, card games. It's a Rogue Deck card builder. Let's keep on going through. Stormgate. I did see this one. Demons, Mechs, Player versus Environment, Building RTS Fantasy. I'm not sure what that one's like. So we've got about 550 odd people playing that one. Wake Runners, no idea about that one. Lightyear Frontier, Star Trucker. God, what have I heard about this one? I did hear something about this one. I don't know whether it's worth playing or not. I've just got no idea. Rotwood. I've heard something about this one as well. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, my mind's sort of gone a bit blank. Dungeon Stalkers, we won't worry about that one. Albion Arena. Co-op, yeah, no, won't worry about Islands Insights, Ultros. I'll just skip past this one. Serum. Looks like it's just a graphical type thing. Ghostbane. Early Access Horror. Doesn't look all that interesting. Astral Party, no. Tribes 3 Rivals. Yeah, no idea what that is. Team-based first person. It's sort of funny, like, I stopped playing first-person shooters after Call of Duty 4, actually, I think it was. Or was it? No, Call of Duty 2. Anyway, whichever the Modern Warfare one was, that was, for me, the pinnacle. And then it went downhill from there. And I just stopped, lost interest in them. I guess I got older, too. Cosmo Pirates, it's just card battler. Synergy, now, this is something that I've seen which looked interesting. I think they may have approached me with a key, and I don't know if I got back to them. Like, they sort of like they were offering it, but when I had a look at it, I wasn't that interested. It looked good. It's got a very nice graphical feel to it. I think it's relaxing. I think it's more of like a relaxation type game. Maybe I did contact them. I can't remember. Yeah, again, my memory is just completely gone. News Tower is one that's coming out in a couple of days' time, actually, which is really interesting. So this is actually one that I did mean to try this one, and I just never got to it. It's funny because they did actually have a link for people like myself, like streamers, to be able to go in and actually go and request a key. But when I clicked on it, it said it was a virus. So I didn't pursue it. So I didn't pursue that one there. It's it's just got like a short URL on Steam here actually, and then when I went to the actual URL itself, Steam actually said, "Oh no, we can't send you there. It's not safe." So I'm thinking, well, after everything that's happened to me in the last 6 months or so with being hacked and things, I'll just treat it as not being safe. We've got abiotic factor. Okay, so don't want to deal with what that is. Shapes, Welcome to Paradise, Knights and Guns, sounds really bad. Crown Wars, The Black Prince. I did hear about this one as well, coming on the 7th of March. It looks a bit of a try-hard game. I don't know what people think of it. Like less than 200 people played that one. Tales of Zenaria, no idea what that one is. Drug Dealer, no. Secret School, no, I won't worry about that one. I think we're sort of falling off the back end here. Children of the Sun. I'll just have a quick look and see if there's anything that really grabs the attention here. So Thrive. Resource Management, no. Code Zodiac. Gatekeeper, nope. Godsworn. Now, I did hear about this one as well. It's a real-time game, though. Outcast, New Beginning. Foxlands. Nope. It's funny, I gravitate towards these games because I don't know why, I just like the aesthetic of them. But then I'm always disappointed in voxel games. Headquarters, here we go. Only 100 people played Headquarters. Well, that's disappointing actually, because this is going to be a really, really good game. I did play the demo of that one and thoroughly enjoyed it. It's very simple. I really, really quite liked it as an entry-level war game. I think it's going to do quite well. I hope it will anyway, because it deserves to. It's just got a really nice board game sort of feel about it in what it actually does do. Viking Frontiers. What else have we got there? As we sort of go back through. I did try this one. This was a bit of a weird one. Only 69 people played that one. I was going to do a video on it, and then I thought, look, it's probably not really polished enough to sort of do anything on that one. Fantasy Tile. It's funny, there was, I thought I saw one, Arias 2. That's interesting. Only 63 people played that. That's available in May. That does look interesting, actually, I've got to say. I'm looking forward to seeing what that one does. It's sort of like a god game, but with a bit of a twist where you've got like the gods where you sort of manipulate them around the world. Opium, no idea what that is. God, there's a lot of games, isn't there? There's so many. Train Valley, Transportation Resource Management. That actually looks pretty cool, actually. Only 55 people played that one. Or I don't know if it's played or playing. Summer House, yeah, Kill It. Noble's Life. Entropy, no, nothing much there. Stellar Settlers. I saw this one as well. It didn't look all that great, but it may be better than what I think. I just don't know. Like it's sort of I tend to look at things and then just basically make my decision based on what I see. I do actually have Final Factory for testing and seeing what it's like, but I haven't actually played it yet. What else have we got there? Potato Arena. Yeah, no idea what that is. Solar Expanse. Gym Manager. What would you? I don't know. I don't get why you would play Gym Manager. I'm trying to figure out what the market would be for that game. Like, if you're sitting at a computer playing games, like, a lot, then are you really going to be going to a gym? And would a gym interest you? I just can't see it really being like. I see that as being something a little bit different. But I've always hated going to gyms. Like even I used to swim competitively, and we used to have to do some gym work every few days. Like we'd actually have to have a gym sessions and stuff. And I hated it. Absolutely hated working in the gym. I preferred just swimming. Doing laps. I don't know what it is. I've got a real negativity around gymnasiums, but and I'm just thinking gyms and computers, they really are almost the opposite ends of what people do. Like it's sort of so I don't know. Maybe there's I may be completely misreading that one, but I just couldn't think of anything more boring than having a gym manager simulation. Anyway, I mean it's that may be just me. Maybe just me, I don't know. So, Louise is saying, did you play Roots of Yggdrasil? I did, actually, but that was a long time ago. I did. That was it was, and I forget all about it. I've completely forgotten about it. So restaurant builder, photography simulator. Okay, I don't know. Look, this is sort of weird, but if this teaches you the basics of photography, that may be valuable. Click arena. No, I don't know. Yeah, that one doesn't look all that good. Awaken. There is one game that I did see in here, and I can't see it anymore. I thought we would have come up against it because there's one coming at the end, like in about a month's time, which actually looks pretty good. Just sort of skim on through these. Yeah, we're getting low numbers. We're only halfway through, actually. There's God, there's a heap. So many. God, so many people got involved. What's the worst one? Are there any good ones down the bottom here? No, not really seeing much there at all. Sea under the sea. Oh my God, that doesn't look good. This is an exploration walking simulator with horror elements. Very strange graphics there. We'd have to go and have a look, I think. Oh, hang on, that's the videos. Yeah, no, let's not worry about it. Let's not worry about it. So we'll, yeah, this is quite strange. Yeah, so anyway, I'm not sure. All right, well, anyway, let's. I thought there'd be more interesting things for us to have a look at in there. I'll just have a look back through. I've missed a lot of the comment there. So we've got. I'll just skim on through. Yeah, so we're interested saying, yeah, it's all over. This is ASMR. It's all over the English-speaking world, at least. I used to watch them to go to sleep, and now I watch Beyond All Reason casts. Okay. Stormcraft with a light sprinkle in Warcraft 3. So that's StarCraft. Okay, so Stormgate is like StarCraft. Okay, yep. No ASMR, please. It's Kryptonite. There we go. Says John. And Beyond All Reason is quite a good game, says Chris. We won't go there though. We'll just keep on having a bit of a look through. Michaelson saying, had a quick view and couldn't find anything that really caught my eye, so hope you find a gem or two I missed. There wasn't much there, to be honest, was there really? I think that a lot of this one looks awesome. This one looks absolutely awesome. Got the head simulator down the bottom there. No idea what this is. It's very strange. Okay, so what have we got there? I did check. So Silvical saying I did check out Black Prince. It's an XCOM like set during the 100-Year War. It's quite good. It looked okay. It didn't look. I don't know. It's sort of like it was. It looked like there were better games than that. So I wasn't all that interested in it. So Sizzle's saying, but you can get good at swimming by just swimming. It was sort of more. I know that like this is when I was a kid. Basically, we used to have to train twice a day, every day, basically, and it was sort of like morning and night, and it was full on. And so the morning sessions were always in the pool, and the afternoon sessions were always basically either after the either in the pool or gyms or doing other sorts of stuff. And it was we'd only do about one session a week in the gym at that stage, and it was but I never ever enjoyed it. Never enjoyed it at all. And running around laps and stuff like that. Again, when you're swimming, you're not a good runner if you're a swimmer. So we have that in common, Daz. In the early 1980s, I swam for my country for a couple. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Hi ZXM, how you going? And Rogue is saying you could get the gym simulator and eat healthy simulator. You'd feel good, would you though? I think you'd feel bad. I think you'd come away from it thinking, oh shit, I should have actually gone out and done some exercise, and done something. I think that it's important to get balance with particularly with things like gaming and stuff, because it is often an escape. And part of the escape should be to get out and about. But I don't know. Gyms. I've never liked gyms. I've just never liked them. Sipping Me Kitty Cat saying that looks like a bad clone of Iron Lung game. Is it this one here? Is he holding his breath or something? Is he? I've got no idea. Okay, so Renfrew is saying I was JV squad in high school swimming because I refused to wake up early and do it twice a day. Yeah. Chris is saying, what's impression of the latest ISG updates regarding victory conditions? I haven't played it yet, actually. I've got it, but I haven't played it. So, yeah, but I do mean to actually do a live stream on ISG again. So it's Interstellar Space Genesis, if you're not sure what we're talking about. Anyway, let's just go through. So I'll show you Road Redemption, which is what the giveaway is going to be. So this is Road Redemption. Looks like there's a whole lot of DLCs. Now I'm terrible at this game. Let's just look at the video. I'm not sure if I can play the sound, so I will actually I'll just turn the sound off. But essentially, it's a fairly violent, almost like Carmageddon sort of style thing, where you're smashing people with your, different stuff, trying to sort of put them into the way of other things. So it looks like it must be multiplayer, or it can be multiplayer. Wow. It's fairly. Oh wow! I didn't know that you had guns as well. I can't get past the first level on it though. I'm just terrible. I find that when I'm trying to hit someone, I end up actually hitting the. I end up riding off the road because I'm just so interested. I'm so focused on trying to actually line people up. So I'm really bad at it. Again, it's interesting the way it does work. But yeah, nothing ever happens to your bike or anything. Like you can hit these cars head on and it doesn't really matter. Anyway, that'll be the giveaway for today is Road Redemption. So anyway, it's sort of it's almost hypnotic just watching what it's doing. So that's the giveaway. Right, so now we'll go back through and I'll talk about Zephon, I think, because Zephon has got the demo. Which is, it says it released a demo on the 3rd of August. It's only here for a week, I think. Might play together first. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's actually the new theme for this week. Don't know. We might have a look at that afterwards. But Zephon is, I did a 3-hour live stream of it yesterday because there's a lot of content in Zephon. So you can sort of see through here. Is a post-apocalyptic 4X strategy game built on Proxy's unique tactical combat system. Guide survivors through a turbulent future, navigating unexpected disasters, eldritch horror, and cyberpunk monstrosities. What will you do to survive? That's sort of like that's the best introduction to the game than anything in the game itself, to be honest. That is, in a nutshell, what it is. The game intro is its worst. Its worst enemy is its actual own introduction because it doesn't explain what the backstory is at all. Really, it hints at it, but it doesn't actually do a good job of explaining it. So I hope they fix that up as things go. Actually, that's pretty cool. Hang on, let's go back. Let's go back because there's a bit of information there that we don't get to see. So if we just go back in. So this is actually not just the demo that we're seeing through there. Yeah, it's only tier 2 research. The research is a bit weird. I'll just pause it as we go through. So we don't get access to these sorts of weaponry at this stage. Actually, we may get that one. But there's you can see all the different upgrades occurring on that particular piece. No, we don't get that one because these are cyber units. They've turned off all of the user interface with that particular one there. Now these are one of the you can't play as a chiefess. She's just one of the AI type or NPC factions, which is quite interesting as well in the game. You've got a combination of NPC factions. Now this here is interesting. So what we actually have is this is actually a full-on version of the game where like this would be sort of mid-late game, I would guess, where you've got different things actually happening. So in this case, you're playing as the Heartless Artificer. And so we haven't got to see these things as such in it. But she's a cybernetic group. This is another cyber. Other ones we don't get to see. We do get to see this one in the demo. So we've got that one in the demo, this one in the demo, that one in the demo, and then there's another one as well, which is a human-inspired one. And so it's really quite interesting there to sort of see what's going on. Now we don't get to play with Clemens, but he, like, obviously the devs are recording different things. We also get to have these are AIs or NPCs where you sort of end up with sort of like a you can see there like this one's they've got trade, they've got war through there, war and furious back down through here. We don't get to play with these either, by the way, at this stage. The chiefess is, as I say, an NPC, and then you've got Zephon itself, which is the actual AI. This is the robots in the game, and so the cybernetics will tend to be more friendly with the cybernetics. So quite often she would have an easier time getting into a peace agreement with Zephon than the other factions. But anyway, it's a very, very cool game, I've got to say. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Let's just let it go forward. This is the diplomacy. So this is all the stuff you can build once it's all unlocked. Surely they've got to... it's only turn 3. Yeah, this is a... they've got cheats turned on. They've got cheats turned on to show everything. The dirty, rotten cheaters. The headquarters units, these are all the different... actually, this is early on as well, I think, because these units in through here, these are just... Your heroes are now built from the headquarters. So you don't... This is not the demo. This is like more just showing off the full game. Yeah, so they're actually just very quickly cheating their way through. But look at the differences in the different sorts of buildings. So the buildings are unique for whatever you actually are building in the city itself. And then you've got all these different quests. I'm going to turn them off as soon as I can. These are quite boring, I've got to say, ultimately. So I would have them turned off. So they haven't done enough with the quests, I don't think. There's a few interesting ones, but there's also... Like, it's sort of one of those things where it's just a bit of time wasting or just randomness to it that I'm not really all that interested in. I don't like the look of the engineer units either. They just look a bit weird. But overall, it's pretty cool. And again, I think that they've just queued up things to sort of show the game off rather than being in game. So wish this on Steam now, yeah. So that's that is it really is a very, very good game. All right, let's have a look and see what we've got. What did we get up to? So Subical Sing, I wasn't that impressed with Next Fest. I felt like a lot of them were just the same game with different skins. Yeah, very much so, very much so. Yeah, the post-apocalyptic city builds especially. Yeah, they sort of that does do that one, doesn't it, really? So Super Mew Kitty Cat saying this game is Road Rash from Nes Sega, but remastered. I'm not sure what that one is. Okay, so Michael is saying, imagine this on electric bikes, so you can only hear it when you hit someone. It's Road Rash, it's super good. Okay, don't like that Zephon has too much mist and fog. It makes the map look nauseating. Okay, I don't find that at all, actually. Wish they made the map less Gladius looking. It does look very much like Gladius, actually. It does, yeah. And so Rogue is then sort of saying, does this basically compare to Gladius? This is one of the big... this is one of the things that I think it's going to struggle because people think it's just Gladius reskinned, and it's not. There's, I think what they're going to have to do is actually really highlight all the differences between a Gladius and this. If they made a Gladius using what they've done with Zephon, like a Gladius 2, I would be very impressed with it, because the biggest thing I'm impressed with is the roads, which sounds like a really basic thing, but Gladius doesn't have roads. This one does, and so that's actually really, really good. That alone, and also the cities themselves act as roads. Finally, this is something I've been wanting in Gladius forever. But it's like, so they've actually now introduced roads, and you can build your own roads, which means you can get through the map a lot faster when you actually do have some engineers just building the roads and doing things. So there's little things like that, but there's a lot of little things like that that sort of make a big difference. And so for me, the more I played it, the more I enjoyed it. God, I'm trying to think. Usually, when I've got a game that I have such big favoritism for, like Gladius, and I've then come across a game like Zephon. When I first start playing Zephon, I'm struggling with it because of my love of Gladius. Right now, after having played the Zephon demo for maybe sort of like 5 hours, I guess, do I prefer Zephon over Gladius? I don't know. Like, I still actually don't know where I am with that. I love Gladius because I love the Warhammer lore. I much prefer the Warhammer lore to what they've done in Zephon. The Zephon lore is a bit boring, I guess, and it's confusing. Where it goes in the future, I don't know. But for me, it certainly is a different game. Certainly better in so many ways. As I say, if they had the Warhammer lore with the new changes to it, it would be an absolute, it would be a must-have. It's so much better with its mechanics than Gladius. The units themselves are similar. The sound is much better than Gladius as well. Like, the sound is really, really good in the game. But yeah, it's an interesting game. Anyway, I thought I'd just mention that one because that one is, it's weird. Like, to understand what Zephon is, they've done such a bad job of explaining what the actual backstory is. And I think that's really important. If they're going to try to differentiate this from Gladius, they have to really sell that story, and they haven't done it at all. Even if you go in, and I thought, because I was going to create a video for it, I recorded for an hour and then realised I hadn't really explained much about the game, so that's why I thought I'd do a live stream instead. But if we go across to, so the demo is available for another week. I would highly recommend you buy it, that you download it and play it. And give it some time because it is a great game. Like, it's going to be a really, really good game. This is demo 5. Yeah, so it's from February 12th to February 19th. So that's basically, and it's for me it's the 13th now. But that should be out now, I guess. So they've got multiplayer in there as well. So it is actually interesting. It is really quite. This is a very, very good demo to play. Like, there's hours and hours of gameplay in it. So, it is good. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the news. We'll just go to the Community Hub. Because what I did was I thought, okay, look, I'm going to start with the news. This is the stuff that's come from the developers. And just go through and try to get a feel for what the backstory is. There's all the demo stuff. It then just goes through the different types of units. If we start at the bottom, go to the very, very bottom. So the revealed, there's an interview with Explorminate. Actually, I saw Drexy was in here. Yeah, so so Drexy works with Explorminate. So we've got the Zephon human path revealed. So it just goes through the different paths, but it doesn't tell you why the paths are there. So the voice path revealed, then there should be the cyber as well. There's a cyber path revealed. So they've got all these different revelations about the different paths for the humans that the different human groups take, but they don't say why. And so you don't get all these, the connections just aren't there. And I think they really need to do that, because it's just, I think that they're now probably so close to it that they're not seeing this as a part of it. But when you first come into it, you've got this big thing where you're thinking, what the hell's going on? It's just not... not there. So it's anyway. It's interesting. It's sort of awkward with that. They need someone to come in, I think, with fresh eyes, and go, there's a disconnect here. Like, no one really knows why they're doing it, and I think that's important. So Super Mew Kitty Cat's in saying that I hope Zephon doesn't turn into civilization beyond Earth. It sort of already is heading that way, but then what was their first one? Not Paradox. Pandora. Pandora was very much like that one as well. Yeah, so Roger was saying quests should also function as lore builders. I don't like the quests. I turn them off in Gladius as well. I haven't played quests since the first version of Gladius, so they do nothing for me. And I can tell that they're going to do nothing for me in this game as well. They have put a lot more effort into them to make them a bit more intricate and a bit more interesting, but they still don't actually really go anywhere for me. So for me, I wish I could turn them off in the demo. Yeah, they're a bit of just a pain in the ass, really. Okay, so Roger's saying, curious they chose to release the demo after Next Fest. I don't know. I think it's a clever move to a degree, like because they're releasing it right when Next Fest is finishing, and they've sort of had it ready for the week because I've had it like available to play for a fair bit of time, like beforehand. So, and as I say, I've got like a recording from yesterday on YouTube. So if you do want to watch that, I do go through all of the how to play the game. And I do find it different to Gladius. Like it's not dramatically different, but it certainly is different. Rentra Sensei is saying that Civ Beyond Earth was great fun for like 90 hours. It just didn't have the replayability of Civ 4, 5, or 6. Yeah, and this one I think, will it have replayability? I think it will. Because of the diplomacy. Well, that's another big thing. Like Gladius doesn't have any diplomacy. This one does have diplomacy. So, and the diplomacy is simplistic, but it does work. So that's actually fairly cool. Michael's saying another blast from the past. My favourite game on Steam is still Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. You get over 15,000 cities to explore and a hell of a lot of dungeons. Drix is saying, listen to the Explorminate interview for details. There we go. Sister saying, I actually had fun with Civilization Beyond Earth. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a very, very cool take on things. Anyway, that's Zephon. So I do recommend the demo there. I think that is certainly something that is worth having a look at. And there's so much content in that demo as well. Like it's not like the previous demos were very, very chopped down, but this one does give you a lot to play with. And I don't know when the game is set to release, but I know it's going to be this year, but I think it's still some time off. The fact that there's still so much that's locked away, like they've unlocked about 40%, I guess, of the actual final game. So there's still a lot to look at in the coming releases, which I can't wait to have a look at that one. Now the other thing, let's talk about other games. I haven't really got any other games to really think about. I know that there's a lot coming up. I mean, we've got Age of Wonders 4 with what they're going to be bringing out. Again, I'm now on the. I've now got a closed version of that. So if I just sort of scroll down, I've got I've got it up there, but I'm not allowed to now open it. I can't show it because I have the new content, and I'm not really supposed to talk about it. I can talk about what's been seen publicly. It's very, very, very good. What they're bringing, it's got a lot more value than anything that I've sort of seen there before. So it's not that I've seen there before, but it's I was expecting a lot less in this particular DLC, but they've added a lot. There's a lot of really, really good new content to it that really does change the game quite nicely. It's got a really good feel about it too. I thought it was just going to be beasts. It was all it was going to be, but it's actually not. It's more the Fae. They've brought in more Fae type units, like almost sort of like pan style units into the actual game as well, and that works really, really nicely. The way it does actually work. So where are we up to? ZXM is saying I like Beyond Earth a lot. Caddison saying I want a remastered Alpha Centauri. Yep, and so Zarx is then saying Gladius has diplomacy. It's just set to war. Can't say why can I want to make Alpha Centauri. Stupid lazy Sid Meier. Alpha. There's been a lot of remakes of Alpha Centauri, hasn't there? Really. So Sizzle's saying this is a tiny Age of Wonder 4 DLC. After all, this is as big as any of them. To be honest, it's really like if you have a look at it. Let's have a look at the publicly available stuff, and just make the store page. So I can do a search. They've now brought out two versions of their release information. So is that the? I'm not sure which one this one was when they actually played that one, but that's but they've now got two they've got about 3 or 4 hours of gameplay that they've put out themselves, which is fairly cool. So we've got different sorts of. In fact, that's is that coming? Let's just go down to the... so Primal Fury. Then we've got Eldritch Realms coming after that. So if we just go across to Primal Fury. And as I say, it really is really quite cool. Just see if we can see what's going to happen with this. Let's go previous. I don't know if I can zoom that up. There we go. That's about as good as I'm going to get. Somewhere in there, somewhere. So yeah, this is we're not really seeing much in through there, other than see how the cities are different. They've got like different cities. They've also got like totem type things as well in the game. They've got like mammoths and elephants as well now. There are beasts, but it's more to do with like there's different themes, and you end up with these sort of like spectral type avatars that you can then sort of play with. So again, it does look very, very cool. And of course, you've then got the goatkin and also the lupus, the wolf characters as well, which are again very, very cool. Yeah, there's the goats, and these are much more like pan type creatures, and again it works well. You've got different sorts of things like Fey Mists and stuff like this, which is a tier 2 tome. Stormborn, again, that's a tier 4 tome. So I'm just looking to see if there's anything else in through there. Yeah, this is much more to do with water. This is for Nagas. Nagas are sort of like one of the big upgrades that you then end up having. That's a Naga style with the goatkin chassis on it. So so the Nagas become like another sort of way of playing. This is the Storm Shadow Islands. This is new as well, where they've got like something. So I can show this sort of stuff off. Where they do actually have a new one of these as well, which is the Primal Dispute is one of the new ones. I think not Peaceful Lands. One of these, actually I think it's Hostile Seas is another one that they've now brought in as well. And so there's a few extra little ways of playing the game. God, I wish I could show it. But there's an awful lot. There's a lot more than that as well. It really does add a lot of content to the game. In fact, if we just quickly have a bit of a look down through. Yeah, 2 new tomes of magic. I thought there was more than that, to be honest. 4 new mounts. 6 new wildlife units. This is what sort of threw me off, thinking it was going to be mainly to do with wildlife. New realm content, so the Storm-Weathered Isles, there we go. New Primal Fury interface skin, so experience a new visual design with wooden frames and blooming flowers. Yeah, which this is just going to be sort of like the border type thing. There's more than what, like it feels like there's more than what they're actually explaining through here. The Primal Culture is another interesting one as well. So this is actually a new way of playing the the different sort of style, like feudal and things like that. So it's there's a lot of content in this one. This is going to be a really, really good one. As I say, I do have it, but I'm not allowed to talk about what isn't shown publicly. So yeah, it is fairly cool. Okay, so this is saying, just find it a bit funny that their small DLCs are often considered to be equal to the big ones for Age of Wonders 4. Yeah, I know this is supposed to be they're supposed to go big, small, big, small. Sorry, small, large is really what they're supposed to be doing. And so this is supposed to be one of their small ones, but then Dragon Dawn was big as well. You can see there with the pricing, like, Empire and Ashes brought a lot of other content in as well, but Dragon Dawn did too. Primal Fury is another one of these ones that's supposed to be another one of these small ones, but it's bringing so much extra content. It's unbelievable, really. Rogue is saying, more to chat the new Daz, but the best Civ mod is Realism Invictus for Civ 4, if you haven't tried it. I wouldn't play Civ 4 again, to be honest. I probably wouldn't play Civ until they bring out the next version of it now, just because there's too many other games. Like, I do want to try Millennium and sort of and see what that one's like. Yes, Rentress is saying that's interesting. You usually hear people saying Fall from Heaven. Yeah, well, Fall from Heaven 2 is considered one of the best mods ever made. Okay, so Rogue's then saying, Realism Invictus gets rid of the stacks of Doom. Okay, that's interesting. I find I can't play the other mods now, says Rogue. And Sizzle's saying Fall from Heaven 2 handles the stack of Doom very well, since there are so many ways to deal with stacks. There we go. So you guys are just still talking about those mods. Hi, Michael saying, greetings from Germany. I have a question. Where are your A1-3 beginner guide videos? They're probably still turned off because I'm slowly going back through my archive, turning them all. I got hacked a fair few months ago now, but I got hacked and all of my videos were changed to private. And so, but I'm not allowed to bring them. I've got to go through every single one of them and bring them back in. So I haven't gone that far back. I'm a few years back now, but I'm not all the way back to the start. I've still got thousands of videos that I've got to make public again, but I have to go through every single one of them. It's a quite an onerous task, to be honest. Yeah, Kat's saying, I liked Eodor and Fallen Enchantress. They were good games. It's time for another Eodor game, actually. It's time for Eodor to come back. When was the last time that Eodor was done? Yeah, we've got Eodor Imperium. That was the last one in 2017. There we go. That was pretty cool. Genesis was the original, which is sort of that was pretty classic. But Imperium did make a lot of other changes. Yeah, this one's actually Eodor Masters of the Broken World is cheap at the moment. Imperium sort of like brought all of the earlier stuff together, which was quite nice actually. It did still need work, but it was this was a good game actually. So saying mostly positive, 76%. That's about right. That would be about right for what it does do. But it was really quite nice. This is another one of these games actually we saw with Zephon. This is actually the game where they have dynamic lighting, and it drove me nuts, like Zephon does as well. Like Zephon's got this dynamic lighting, which I just find really frustrating. And this Eodor was one of the first games that I sort of saw that really did a lot of it, where it just was constantly going through this day-night cycle, and yeah, I really didn't like it. So I'll just load her up. But it's a pretty game. It's a bit slow in terms of the actual moving around on the map, and that's one thing I didn't really enjoy about the game. It just took so long to clear out different territories. But it was an interesting game. If someone could sort of get that balance right, I think this would be a great game. I mean, it is very good, and it is a classic game as well. I mean, the original game is still played, and there's supposed to be a really good mod for that one. I haven't played the original with the mod. I did download it some time ago, but I never actually bothered playing it. Again, it's just the graphics are just too bad nowadays. Like, you sort of want the more modern sort of style games. I wonder if that one's got, does that one have mods? No. The discussion, see if there's anyone that's, that's interesting. There's still a few different bits and pieces in through here. Yeah, not sure. I mean, there's still community involvement there actually, which is cool. Don't know if this is. Yeah, no, this would just be people actually asking for stuff, I would guess. Let's go to the last page. That's all in Russian. Yeah, I'm not sure when when Snowbird Games would have got back to anyone about that one. But yeah, no, it's a good game, very very good game, that one. Hi Eddie, how you going? Saying I hope you sound like you're feeling better. Yeah, no, I am. I'm on the mend. It's funny, like I still haven't, like, my throat's still sore, which has been weeks and weeks. But my wife made a elderberry syrup the other day, and I've been having that just before I go to bed, and it actually soothes my throat right down, which is really quite strange. Yeah, I don't know. I know it's got elderberries in there, but I don't know how she made it, but it's really quite nice. It tastes good, and it's probably the best cough syrup I've ever had, to be honest, just in terms of how it works. So yeah, my wife's quite into alternative type different things, and so yeah, that one and I'm not. I'm just just give me medicine if I need medicine type thing. But anyway, this thing does actually work, which is interesting. So yeah, Michael's saying, yeah, don't forget to get the Dad's mod pack for Age of Wonders 3. Yes, really, Age of Wonders 3 is not fun without that mod pack, I don't think. Don't think Imperium did well, so I wouldn't hold my breath. Yeah, I don't think they think they've got the IP for it though, for Eodor. I think that I don't think they built the first game. If we just go back and have a look. We'll just go back to the search. Yeah, Eodor Genesis was like a rebuild of the original game. This is very positive, 83%. Yeah, release date 2009, so a long time ago. And still Snowbird Games. Yeah, I think that they may have got the rights to it. I don't think that they actually built it. I forget who actually built the original version of that one. But anyway, that was yeah. It was a great game, one of the great games. So Rogue's saying, back to work, have fun. And Cat saying, yeah, Fallen Enchantress is super complicated, but it was good. Yeah, that was a good game. I mean, it came from a bit of a mess, with Elemental. Elemental was supposed to be Master of Magic. It's an interesting backstory, actually, behind all of that. Stardock thought that they actually had the rights to Master of Magic at that stage, but and then they were developing Elemental around. I think it was going to be called Master of Magic, and then they had to pivot because they didn't have the rights to Master of Magic at the time, and so they then pivoted off and made Elemental, which was a bit all over the place when they released it. And then they got Derek Paxton, who is the developer who actually made Fall from Heaven 2 mod. They brought him in, and he then fixed it up and made then he essentially made Fallen Enchantress from Elemental, and then that was a really good game. I wonder if they'll make a second one of those. That really was quite interesting. The whole story around that one, and then eventually Slytherin ended up with the rights to Master of Magic. I think they got it for a song. And then they've built a really good rendition of it for themselves. So, yeah, it's interesting the history around Master of Magic. There's so many games that have come off from it. A bit like Dwarf Fortress. If you sort of found all of the games that actually sort of spawned off the idea of these games, it's there's quite a few of them. Okay, so availability saying my friend thinks Millennia will be one of the best 4X games in a long time. I've heard a lot of people say that. I didn't find it, but that was very early days. I will have to go back and have another look at that one. Yeah, still saying, well, in Zephon, one can turn it off if you don't like it. It can be on hard. It cannot be too hard on features you can turn off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's why I play Zephon. And similarly with Eodor Imperium, I think it was Imperium, or maybe one of the earlier ones. I did say to the devs, "Oh, look, can you have it so that just you can have a preset?" And they did do that. So because I was talking with them a lot back in the early development of Eodor, back in the day. But Zephon you can, and that's why I've been playing Zephon, is just to have it turned off. I might actually open Zephon up. I'll just have a read a bit more of this through here. So Bubicus is saying Dimensions of Fall from Heaven 2, maybe look up what Derek Paxton is doing these days. Looks like he left Stardock recently. Yeah, that was last year he left and started working at Amplitude Studios in January. Yeah, I don't know what he's working on with Amplitude. I think he still works from the Stardock offices though. So I think that he's actually still working from there, but working for Amplitude. And Amplitude is, I think, more set in France, I believe. So I'm not sure what he's actually working on for them. But yeah, so it's sort of funny, like, because Derek was the one who brought out Gal Civ 4 originally, like the first version of it. But really, it wasn't a very good game, I've got to say. And then it was only when Brad Wardell got back involved with Gal Civ and then made Gal Civ 4 Supernova that it became what is, I consider, one of the best games around at the moment. Like, it really is an incredibly good game. And that's from where it was to where it is now, like after just 12 months, is unbelievable. Like, it really is just incredible, the difference between the different versions of Galactic Civilizations. It's funny, these... it's because Derek's had some really big wins with different games, but he didn't do a good job of the release of Gal Civ. But Gal Civ has changed enormously over those 12 months. So So Eudor was good, but had time limits that cheated you out of many quests. Yeah, I didn't like the quest system. It was just onerous. Because saying Amplitude is the studio making Endless games, so I'm assuming he's working on Endless Legends too. Very, very likely, actually. Very likely. Catson saying Endless Legend was nice, but it lagged so badly, like after 100 for no reason. I didn't ever find that. I did like the idea of Endless Legend, and I like the whole approach to Endless Legend. I thought was really quite cool. I'm surprised they haven't made an Endless Legend 2 before now, to be honest. Sizzle saying I would like a mod for it in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 since it has color palette coloring. Yeah, okay. This is the day-night cycles, I guess you're talking about. I'll just skim past a few of these. So there you go. Availability saying elderberry is Sambucus niagara, and I think it's really good for your immune system. Yeah, that's what my wife said too. She said it's it completely just immediately soothes my throat. I don't know why that is, but anyway, it's good. ZXM is saying I like Eudor Imperium a lot, but it's too slow. I think for streaming. Yeah, the earlier ones are better for streaming. I don't know if they are. They're all very slow. They're all extremely slow. And Michelson saying I only tried Eudor Masters of Broken World. That's Imperium just came after that basically. That's a build on Imperium builds on Masters of Broken World. Availability saying I think one of the highlights of Millennia was the fact that there's actually extensive ages into the future. That's something that I found was missing in Civ and Humankind, a lack of future. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the eras. The eras, I don't like the whole idea of eras in games. Video saying sorry I was late. Can you summarise in 1 or 2 sentences why Zephon is not just a Gladius clone? Roads. If I was bullet pointing it, roads. The actual backstory, the terraforming on the world, the diplomacy is another big one. NPC factions that you're fighting against as well as the player factions. What else is there? I mean, one of the things I don't particularly like is that you do actually have access to all of the different units. So it's in Gladius you were stuck with just if you were Necrons, you only had Necron units. But now if you end up with where you find that you've got a lot of for example, algae, and you're a cybernetics which needs chips to sort of build your units, you can make use of that to then build the voice units, the Eldritch units. So there are a lot of changes. Trading, actually that's the other thing too. There's you've actually got full-on trading now, and it's not, you don't go through to Jakiro trader huts. You actually can go through to an actual trader at any point in time and bring them in. So you don't have to. So trading is much more simplified. So it's not. So they've streamlined a lot of areas. Even the buildings that they actually have in the actual cities, a lot of them are similar, but they no longer have the hero building. That just comes straight from the headquarters. So it is pretty cool what they've done with it. It's I would love it to have been a Gal Civ 2. Sorry, not a Gal Civ 2, a Gladius 2, because that really is something that is quite interesting. The way that with all these changes, particularly with the roads. For me, the roads are one of the biggest changes. Very simple change, but it makes such a big difference in the actual game itself. The gameplay feels very similar to Gladius, so if you still attack the same way, but it's very much related to Gladius, but there's a lot more enhancements to Zephon. So as I say, I would love them to go back and make a version 2 of Gladius and have even more innovations in that. Okay, where are we up to? Bibicus is sort of saying, I liked Eudor Genesis a lot, but Master of the Broken World and Imperium had bad performance issues in my system. I still probably have 400 plus hours played between all three. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be that far into it, but yeah, they were good games. And so Michael's saying, only got 218 hours at the moment in Gal Civ 4. What is your count, Daz? Actually, let's have a look. I'll open up. I tend to just use. I can sort of zoom these in a bit when I'm showing these on the screen. But if I do it through the browser, but if I just go to Steam, go to my actual Steam, which is then smaller. That was the other thing. Solemn Infernum has been pushed back a week, so I will actually just show that as well before we go off and have a look at this, because I should have been playing it by now. It says the release date is the 15th. I'll just get rid of that there. That's not the release date, so it's not coming in just a handful of days. It's now been pushed back to, it says the 22nd of Feb at 12 p.m. PST, which is, when's that? That's still a week and a bit away. So they're still just sort of polishing things up. I don't mind devs doing this, to be honest. Better to have it ready for launch, but they really should be updating the this here, because that's no longer the actual time that it's coming. So this is going to be a great game. But anyway, I did want to just mention that one. It has been pushed back, so that one is will be on its way at some point. In a week and a bit, really. So I'm hoping I'll get that later this week to be able to then start making content. So I can't wait for that one. I'll go back to Steam. Don't know if I can filter. If I go back to my library in through there. I've been so this is just going through different demos and things. Field of Glory Kingdoms is coming soonish, but that's not it there now. Where's the Eodor? I don't know if I can filter these. Sort by. Oh, alphabetical. There we go. We'll just do it by Eodor. All the Eodors will then be together. Oh, it doesn't have the. Oh yeah, there's. Here we go. So we've got the Eodor Genesis. So I've got 0 time on the Eodor Genesis. So 0 minutes. Eodor Imperium is only 35 hours. Okay, I thought I had more than that there. And Master of the Broken World, only 48. Yeah, so I haven't got many hours there. Wonder what, I must have had a version from before the release in Steam, because I certainly had a lot more that I was doing there. So I'll just get rid of this stuff underneath there. Yeah, actually, so that's not very much time at all. What's that? Less than well, that's about 80 or 85 or so hours really with that one, and 0 with Genesis. But I know I've played a lot of it, a lot more than that, like a hell of a lot more than that. So anyway, that's my main games are. Let's go back up the top here again. So I've got the hours played. Yeah, so Age of Wonders 3 is the most by a long way. Planetfall was the next one. Distant Worlds 2 is getting up there. That's another thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but there are some big things coming for Distant Worlds 2 that will just be part of the updates. Not DLC stuff, but actually just a free update to the game will be coming at some point. There is a roadmap for it. Let's have a look and see if we can find the roadmap. Because if it's in the roadmap, I can then talk about it. Actually, I'll do it from where I can show it a bit larger. This is such a good game. Now, if we want to just go back across into the community hub, discussions. There we go. So, state of the game and the roadmap. This is as of December the 20th. So this is a little while back. So it's all the blah 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 stuff. It's a roadmap. Okay, so future expansions. So as always, the content and art teams are not heavily involved in most of the game fixes. So they're spending their time working on 2 more expansions for 2024. The first of these is the Return of the Shakturi expansion, which we plan to release before the end of Q2 in 2024. Now that's still a long way off. This is a main priority, and we'll finally give Distant Worlds 2 a major end game threat to put your fully developed empire against. with a much more developed story and new gameplay options and research areas. This will be a feature expansion rather than just a content expansion, and some future feature support, such as planet destroyers and megaships for each faction, and certain unique research branches will depend on features in Return of the Shakturi. If this takes longer, we'll give it the time it needs to make sure the end game is fully tested and fun. I am not a fan of doing too much stuff for the end game at this stage in the game. I think that there's this is where I think Xenonauts has actually done a really good job of their roadmap, because they deviated off from the roadmap. They stopped all of this in the finishing off the game to work on the stuff that was currently, like, to add all the quality of life things. And I think it's a mistake to do this, to be honest, if I'm being brutally honest about it. So we also plan to release a third Factions DLC content expansion in the second half of 2024. Exact timing depending on how much time Return of the Shakturi needs, which will add the Wekaris, among the most ancient and mysterious aliens in Distant Worlds 2, with possible connections to the Shakturi, and the Atuk, so space lemmings of a sort who are barely smart enough to figure out FTL. So they're just going to be bringing some more stuff in through there. Updates, so they've got different bi-weekly public beta updates for 2024 is what they've got planned. It's been about 2 weeks at this stage since the last beta update, I think. But I've been looking for what I know is coming. Actually, that didn't go through. They didn't talk about the stuff I thought that they were going to be talking about. Is there anything on page 2? I'll just see if there's anything. I can't see anything there. Because there's stuff that I'm even more excited about than the Shakturi stuff coming. Yeah, I wish that they would work on the pirate system, for example. The pirate for me is early mid-game, and that really does need attention, like much more than the Shakturi. Shakturi is, not important. Future priorities, updates. I can't see it there, so I can't really talk about what it is. But just, I will actually talk about it as soon as it comes to the beta, public beta. I'm just having a look to see. I'll go through here. The feedback of the fleet update being positive. New bug causing pirate research. Yeah, okay. Both of these issues will be addressed in the first round of beta updates. Yeah, so leading to a new official update by February by our current plans in investigating these problems. Yeah, that's the fleet, and that's certainly been done. Okay, well, I can't talk about it in that case, so I'm not going to mention anymore. Just watch out if you've got Distant Worlds 2. Look out. There's some good stuff on the way, which is going to be just part of the beta initially, and then the open beta, and then it will ultimately then come to the base game as well. I would think fairly soon as well. So Michael's saying it was Gal Civ 4 he meant. Oh, in terms of how much time I've spent. I have spent a fair bit of time with that one, so I have a bit of a look through. Actually, where is it? It should be coming up. There it is. 141 hours is all I've got in Gal Civ 4 there. So I'm still getting my hours up there. Very quickly closing on Gal Civ 3, which I did enjoy a lot. Trouble is, I've got so many games I've got to play. I think this one I may have just had turned on for a couple of days without actually, just on my computer, I forgot to turn it off at some point. There's Fallen Enchantress, 256 hours. It's the original Kerbal. I hope the new Kerbal, I keep on meaning to go back and play that a bit more. There's Dwarf Fortress coming up with 400 odd hours. Yeah, so there's Gladius as well. I think that, I don't know if Zephon will, it'd be interesting to see how Zephon goes. So it is very, very good with the way it does work. Anyway, that's the games that are in there. Anyway, that's where we are. So I'll just close that one off. So, Yep. So Bubika's saying maybe you played Eodor Genesis on a different. Yeah, it is actually. And what you can do with Eodor Genesis, I'm pretty sure. If I just go back in, we've got Eodor in here. Yeah, you can actually download Eodor New Horizons. So the which is essentially this is it essentially, where you can go and play. This is you can download this for free. So you don't have to get it through Steam. You can basically just get the Eodor, and this is the New Horizons is the sort of like a DLC that's been it's not a DLC. It's like a big patch that's sort of been then done for the game itself. And I don't know where you pick that one up. Have a bit of a look. New Horizons download. Let's have a look and see where that's from. So this is actually that's the mod release on GOG, but it's got its own area. It's on Reddit. Here, I think it's this one here. I think this is actually where the official thing is, and this has got fairly regular development. Eodor.com. Yeah, so this is 2019. Yeah, so this is fairly old then in that case. So I thought it would have been updated a bit more than where it is. Yeah, this is 2.90b is the one. Yeah, cannot find the link. That should be back up again by now. Nope, it's not. Not sure what's happening through there. So that's 2 years ago. Yeah, there's some stuff there. So there is that mod there, and that would be the one that I would have been playing more recently, I guess, if I was playing it. But I wouldn't have done too much else with that one. Anyway, that's fine. We'll just leave that one where that is. But that's you can download that one for free and just play it that way. Now, where else are we up to? So I mentioned the first and the old races updates are soon. Yes, Radigar, sort of. I'm not going to. I can't talk about it, but you're on the right track. Yeah, they're supposed to be. I know I couldn't find it where it mentions that because, but that is sort of where things are heading. Yeah, secret update. Hi, Jamison, how are you going? Right, let's have a look and see what's happening with Steam news. It's this, as I say, this is a quiet week in the middle of a whole lot of releases that were great a couple of weeks ago, and great releases coming up as well. If I just go back into my library and just go back up the top. So Dominion 6 is just more and more updates coming out for Dominion 6. I'm so happy for them that they've had such a good launch. So these are just bug fixes they've actually got through there. So they've been adding different things. They've been adding more things in for modding as well over time. They still haven't been working on the map mods yet. So the map building is still a pain in the ass. But they have been releasing very regular updates. I'm guessing in about a month's time they'll have time to look at the map making. But I've stopped looking at the map making because it's just it's a bit onerous. Rising Lords, I streamed this yesterday actually, just to play this one a little bit to see what it was like, and it's very good. Like, this has actually really changed a lot, and so they're keeping on updating it. They did actually have their launch, their 1.0 release, like a few weeks ago now. And this is actually, I probably will do a video on this because it's a very nice game, but it's probably not a game you want to play for too long in one sitting. Like, that was one of the comments that did come through. Was that it was a good game, but not for hours and hours and hours of gameplay. It's relatively straightforward to play, but it is cool the way it does actually work. So that one is that's certainly much better than what I remember of it. Straight to Coon Tanks. This is a new patch. That one just came out before. This is sort of the released version of that one. First patch. There we go. Fix the no contracts bug. So there's bug fixes in through there as well. This is a great game as well, by the way. So Capital. Yep. Okay, there's a few things there. I did notice that when I was playing it like a few weeks ago, that there was a lot of missing text, but there was a lot of good stuff in there as well. There's a lot of information in this, just with the history of tanks as well, with the way that one does work. Now this is really important, guys. This is massive, but this is going to come in just a few weeks' time. So Keeper 1.0 is available for testing. An unofficial 1.0 build is out on the beta branch. Check it out if you're an experienced player and want an early glimpse of the new stuff. What? I didn't know that. Well, there's something else for me to do this week. I love KeeperRL. This is such a good game. JK, KeeperRL. Okay, I'm just going to go and change that one. Properties, betas, and dev version 1.0 for testing. We're done. Done and dusted. That's that will be in there, and so that's now queued and now downloading. This is such a great game. Such a great game. So anyway, there's it looks like there's a release candidate there that you can actually go and play if you do actually have the game itself. So I'll just go back to the library while that one loads. So that is available. More. So this is February 8. More news on the upcoming patch. So we've now got minor villains that will leave early access in exactly 3 weeks. That was back in last week. So this one at the end of the month, this one then does release. The last major patch was released 1 year ago, so you can imagine that this is a pretty huge update. In the August blog post, I revealed the major features will be introduced. Since then, my work has been more focused on testing balance and adding content. One of the major advantages of the new world map is it adds a lot of space for low-key content. You'll stumble upon shops, forges, cottages, and various mystery locations. Some of them can boost your game in a major way. Some of them are just there for flavour, and others will get you killed. Overall, they add a lot of excitement when you extend your influence and explore new areas. New workshop items: Magma Forge, Magma Jeweler, Enchanted Workshop, and Enchanted Laboratory. Interesting. Building them restricted to certain locations. Okay, that's cool. That's good. New items and items scaling. All right, more sound effects. A small adventurer overhaul. So this is I've merged the adventurer and keeper modes together. So the adventurers can are actually just keepers that start with a small house as their base. This lets them use more of their game's features, such as buying horses at stables and auto pillaging feature. That's cool as well. Oh God, this is such a good game. Improved White Knight. Okay, so I've tweaked the population control mechanic of the White Knight to rely on horses instead of farm animals. That's good. Yeah, there was they were already pretty hard to beat, but this is going to make them quite interesting to actually come across them. Duels, even though I'm more focused on balanced content, I couldn't resist adding one fun feature for extra entertainment of your evilness. Some villains, namely the Duke, will challenge you to a duel. The stake will be your lives, as well as the automatic conquest of the loser's base. Accepting will spare you having to slaughter all of his knights at the expense of the risk of losing your keeper. So choose wisely. So so there we go, a one-on-one duel. That's interesting as well. So so it is coming. It is coming. Now that's been downloaded. Let's have a look and see what the world map has got, because that does look pretty damn cool. Let's get rid of that. So KeeperRL should be in here. There it is. I haven't played this for a while actually, but this is such a great game. So Michael's saying is KeeperRL Daz Dempton material? I think it is actually. I'm pretty sure you can name some characters. Yeah, I think it is. I think it would be a good one actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do that. It's just still loading in. It'll just take a little bit of time. Okay, so Michael's saying, I have an idea for a new chat icon. So 3 marbles with the letter D. Yes, there we go. Yes. The race updates are mentioned in the first bullet point after future. Oh, okay. They were mentioned. Okay. In that case, yes. The if they were mentioned, then yes, there are racial updates that is being tested right now for Distant Worlds 2, which means that they're going to have expanded. They're starting the expansion on the not all of them, but it's got a couple of them, which I'm really looking forward to. So as soon as that becomes available in the open beta, I will actually be doing content on that for YouTube and also for Twitch, because that's going to be really quite exciting. So there's I think it did mention what the first 2 were going to be. There's only 2 coming initially. That's the humans and the mortals. So so I'll give away all the secrets, but I can't wait to try the mortals because I've always been a bit underwhelmed by them. I love them in Distant Worlds universe, but haven't really enjoyed playing them much in Distant Worlds 2. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that actually does go and do. Yeah, that's really struggling. It's not opening up. I'll just have a quick look and see if there's a problem. Nope, it's not there. Just try that again. Oh, there we go. Don't know what was going on there. An error occurred. Okay, we'll close that one. Try that again. Oh, there's a version there. Not responding. Don't know what's going on there. I shouldn't have tested this live, should I? I can't get out of it, guys. Oh no. Oh no. Can we ditch it there? Task manager. Oh, there we go. We're in there now. I'm going to quit. I'm then going to load it in again. And we'll try it one more time. This time we're just going to let it do its thing without interruption from us. It took a bit of time to load it in last time. So ZXM, I played KeeperRL so long ago. I enjoyed it, and it must be awesome if it's been improving the whole time. It's sort of funny. It improved, and then went backwards, and then it just really rocketed ahead again with the improvement. The improvement is out of sight. Yeah, it looks like we've got a long wait while this thing does load in. I'll just let it do its thing. I won't interrupt it. I'll just read a few more of the comments into here. Okay, yeah, so that was my comment. Says ZXM played great and seemed like it should have been great, but got bored after 5 or 6 hours. Oh, that's right. Yes, it was you, wasn't it? That mentioned it when we were live streaming it. And that's very true. It is one of those games that is fun for a short period of time. This is talking about the what is it again? The Lords, the Rising Lords. But I think I'll still do some more content on that one because that was pretty cool. If you're interested, yeah, God, that takes a long time to load in. A hell of a long time. I'll just let it do its own thing though. So if you're interested in saying that's huge, I need to spend more time with that one. So I haven't played it much yet. I'm not sure which game you guys are talking about. And Michael did say yes, is Dad's Demption. Sorry, KeeperRL's Dad's Demption material, which means that we can, if we can name the characters, I can then ban people in Twitch if they get lost. And Gyrox is saying, will you be releasing more Dominion 6 tutorials? Yes, I will be. But because I've had the flu, it really knocked me back. And so I haven't really got ahead of my recording. I've got like a big plan of things I wanted to do for Dominion 6, but my head's just hasn't been right for weeks actually. So so I've been putting that one on the back burner. But Dog's saying, how does KeeperRL compare to Dwarf Fortress? Oh, it's very different. It's extremely different. I'll show you it. I'll start up a game through here. This is the does it say where it is? The version. It's got the build of 2024-02-11 DBDA. I'm not sure what that is. So it's not saying version 1 just yet, but I'll get it started so you can have a bit of a look at it. Hi Connie, how you going? And Gojira. So if we go and play, we've got news, wikis, Discord, GitHub, etc. But if you just go and play it, this is one that it's coming, as I say, at the end through here. It's such a good game. So you got your base types. This is new. We haven't seen this before. So you got your classic ones in through there. You've got a castle where you can start with different keeper characters with knights. So you've got the classic in through here where you've got the different sorts of wizards or the black knights or the red knights, I guess, in this instance. So they're your evil typical ones. Undead. So you've got this. God, this is so much better than what they had before. What it was before was you start off with classic, but then just had a long list of things. This is so good. So you've got necromancers in through there as well. So craft hordes of undead from corpses of fallen enemies. You've got the automatons with the like a gnomes. The colony where you've got the dwarves. Didn't realise you could play as the dwarves. This is new as well. Green skins where you're playing as the goblins. Zombies, you're playing as zombies and through there. I'm not sure what this would be like. Adventure mode, which we saw there before. We sort of have one of these sort of starts, and then you start off in a house, and then you have to sort of move around the world. That's pretty interesting as well. And then the Hermit, which is a Cyclops, which is, they had this one as well. I've got a funny feeling this one is actually part of a mod, so it must have been now put into the base game. I'm assuming it's not a mod. Downloaded, subscribed. Yeah, okay, I don't have anything installed there. That's fine. These are all the mods for it. I'm pretty sure that some of those were from mods. Anyway, that's not going to be a problem. We'll just start with classic, but this is really, really cool. Yeah, actually, ZXM is saying KeeperRL would be brutal for Daz Demption. When I played it, I burned 3 units. Yeah, it would be, except that what we'd probably end up doing is only naming the important characters. Let's just go and start with just a standard wizard. So we'll start the new game. There is a tutorial. That's probably going to be worth having a look at now, because I think this will change quite a bit. Fetching a list of retired dungeons. So one of the interesting things about this is, welcome to the campaign mode. The world, which you see below, is made up of smaller maps. You will build your base on one of them. These are hostile and friendly tribes around you. You have to conquer all villains marked as main to win the game. It's a really cool game, this one. You can travel to other sites by creating a team and then using the travel command. The highlighted tribes are in your influence zone, which means that you can currently interact with them. Trade, recruit, attack, or be attacked. As you conquer more enemies, your influence zone will increase. So that's fine. And so this is where we are. This is really different than what it was. This is not what we had seen there before. So this is the full world map. All we have here, though, is our home site. We do have some zombies back over through here. They're lesser villains. We've got a Hydra, which is a lesser villain, and ants, which are lesser villains. So we don't sort of see too much. There's a blacksmith, so we can sort of get a special thing. This is so cool. Then we've got a cottage back in there with other sorts of creatures. Let's just re-roll the map and see what else we get. This is another one where we've got the knight, which is this is a major villain. Giant spiders, lesser villain back up through that side. Dryads, zombies. Now, one thing we can also do is add retired dungeons, and I don't know if this will work with this version. There's only one egg face. So only one person has tested it. So there's somebody that's only one online at this stage, because this is the new version. And so if we finished off a game, we can then retire our dungeon, and that becomes downloadable for people to then go and try to break into and attack. So it becomes essentially like another major villain that you're sort of then working yourself against. So I'll just go and re-roll a map again. Your zombies, unicorn herds back over through here, tree spirits. It's very, very cool. And it's moving around here as well as we do it. Re-roll. Where's there's dwarves, they're major. So yeah, there's a whole lot of different stuff in through here. Let's see if I can find something. There's it's more these little buildings that I'm actually interested in. Excuse me. Unknown. Okay, there's an unknown location there. But each location must have other things you can then go and search for. So I think combining this with the adventure mode is really, really interesting. Forests and mountains. There's a cottage, a minor villain. So it's not part of the actual major, like not part of the lesser villains as such. Oh, this is really exciting stuff, actually. So if we go back in, if we just go back and there's a guard post with a few guards. Just see if we can get something else where there's a house or something nearby. A cave. Thieves, which is the main villain. More caves in through there. Red Dragon is the main villain. Let's see if we can find some stuff. That's an unknown. There's a stable. They're seen by horses and things from there. So if we started off through here, for example, we do actually have an elementalist, which is a main villain back down that other side. Let's just go and confirm. Imps are going to be sad if you don't add any retired dungeons. Hang on, yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know if it's true. We've only got the one. We'll add egg face. So we've now added this one. What this is going to do is then going to download that particular one. There we go. We've got a shop, unknown. That's pretty cool. So we'll just go and confirm this one. So we do actually have only one retired one retired dungeon there. So it's now downloading this particular dungeon from the web, and it then gets added in somewhere on the map as something we have to then go and overcome. This is Alpha 36, released on February 17th. That's wrong. It's beyond that. I don't know why it's got that information. It's a year old. So this is actually our group. We can pause just by pressing the spacebar, but it's essentially what you're doing is you're mining into the location. Now the imps, can you rename them? Yeah, we can. Yeah, so this is a really good Dasdemption type game actually, to then be able to do it. Anyway, let's just leave that one where that is. But essentially, you end up mining into the mountains. Have a bit of a look around. That's interesting. You no longer get to see. You get some interest areas there. There's a surprise over there. There's a surprise there. So you don't get to see the minerals anymore, which you used to be able to go and see. So what we'd have to do is start to dig into the actual location or go and walk. So we can actually go and do this one here where we go to control, and we can just go and tell it to walk and see what's around. If we go to where that question mark is, let's just go and get ourselves killed. Yeah, here we go. So we've got bandits. So they've got like a location in through here. They're attacking villages. So we've got a villager there, and we're being attacked by these guys with their archery. It's a bandit. Okay, we just confirmed that one. So that was essentially the history of what happened to us in that little run through. So that was one that we did lose. These are some of their buildings for the villages that were in here. So we didn't get to do anything through there. So that would be that was essentially the end of us. No points for that particular run, but it's a really cool game where you sort of go in. You have to build your dungeon up. You do actually have dangers, as I say, on the actual map itself, but then you do go off with the actual groups. If we go and play again, I'll see if we can sort of do it where we start off again. And we'll confirm. Still confirm, that's okay. Yeah, so Radigar saying the ultimate Dasdemption, you get to bring your named dungeon into the world. Yeah, that'd be cool, actually. Now, if it is a Dasdemption game, then I think it would mean that all of the named characters would still be part of that dungeon too. I don't know why I'm saying Alpha 36. It is weird. So typically what you'd be doing is you'd be actually giving orders, and I think, is it D? Yeah, D is for dig, so I do have the muscle memory a little bit. Let's just go and dig into there and then back up into this way a little bit. And just unpause. Now, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but creatures can dig through the walls as well. So you don't want to have anything sort of too open. This one's just going to start expanding, and so we then would have to then start to design an area. So it does have some feel about it. There's a Goblin Warrior that's available there. We also have the imps here. So Goblin Warrior is coming in from somewhere. And we can then start to sort of dig at other areas. We're finding underground water. But you sort of end up sort of establishing, you end up building the fortress. It can be played in this sort of real time mode or in turn based mode. Like you can sort of do whichever one you want. Yeah, that's not going to be no good. You right click. No. Shift click. Control click. I forget how to stop the digging. I'd have to have. It's been a long time since I've played it. But these are all the different sorts of buildings you can go and get. You've got your population. You end up sort of attracting fighters and things to your dungeon, and you can theme it in certain ways. Like if we go back out and just abandon the game and just go back into play, if we try one of the other ones, like if you try the undead, for example, and try as a necromancer, start the new game, I think we still got the home site. We'll just confirm that one. So Dave is saying to me, playing Keeper Beta 1, it's a great fun. Yeah, it's a cool game. So here we are, we've still got the same group back in through here, but these are zombies now. So these are vulnerable to sunlight. So if the, I think we start off in night time. Yeah, so we've got night time in through here. And so we would need to then go and find a location. Actually, there's some, if we just go back and have another look. Back over here, there is actually some of the things over that way. Then there's an unknown group over that other side as well. So if we start to dig here, so these are essentially a bit like the imps. Just dig into where they are. So the necromancer will then just keep on hitting these a little bit harder to get them working harder. It's a very, very cool game. I will have to live stream this actually. I think I'll have to. This has got to be done. It's I knew it was coming, but I didn't realise we actually had a playable version of it. Probably actually want more. I forget how to do this, where you end up with the dig. It doesn't really tell you what to do. Alt, Shift. Oh yeah, Shift, okay. Shift will then get rid of it. So it's midnight now, so the night time is still sort of coming along. Anyway, we won't keep on playing it. We'll just abandon the game. But that's a very, very cool game, and so that's version 1 of that one is coming very, very soon. And in fact, we can play it now anyway. So that is KeeperRL coming at the end of the month. There's so much stuff coming in the next few weeks. It's pretty cheap as well, actually. That's Australian dollars for what it actually does do. Yeah, 11 years of development. It's such a good game. It's like Dungeon Keeper, but in roguelike. So the RL is for roguelike. And he's just done such a great job of the game. It really is amazing with what he's actually got. So yeah, it'll come out of early access in just a few weeks, and it's as I say, it's brilliant what he's put into it. This is sort of where you end up with things where you've got like different themes going on, different ways of sort of entering dungeons and so on and so forth. You get to dress it right up. It's really, really cool. It's not like in Dwarf Fortress you sort of get to do this, but in this one you actually do designate exactly what you want, and then you build squads, and then the squads you do go off and actually fight with them. So it's not like in Dwarf Fortress where when you send a squad off it just abstracts it. This one actually you are fighting, and it's quite hard. So yeah, as a Redemption game it's quite a difficult one. Anyway, that's yeah. So that Davis said that he was been playing that one for a little while there as well. So ZXM was saying I'm going to have to start playing and make sure my dungeon is impossible by the time Daz gets to it. Yes. Well, look, if you guys do play it and then save a dungeon, let me know. Like if we do stream it, it would be cool to actually have your dungeons in there. So we've got like so we sort of start to use them a little bit as well. So if you do actually if you have got the game, yeah, definitely do that. Definitely do that. That would be fun. Or make them really easy. because it's probably going to be your characters that'll be named in there anyway. You saw there was traps and things that happen in the different rooms. Lots of fighting goes on, but it's really nicely done. Really nice. Okay, so we're sort of pretty much done everything we had to do, I think. We were still going through the news, weren't we? So that was KeeperRL. I'm glad that it's there because I almost forgot to talk about it. I haven't played Empyrean for a long time. Diplomacy is not an option. Is just basic updates. Desynced I haven't played. Astroneer I haven't played. Rule of Waves 3. Actually, this is coming soon. So this is actually a Rule of Waves 3 Ship Design Contest 2 Winners Announcement live stream. So I'll be one of the judges on this, and I was just talking with the main guy from Slytherin who's dealing with this one through here. So I haven't received. It does say that we've received the actual the finalists to actually sort of then go and do the judging, but that should be probably in my inbox when I finish this actually. So I'll be able to go and have a look at that one through there. But this is again something that there's going to be myself and Drakenfell, if you've seen his channel for historical ship content. One of the best channels on YouTube, to be honest. If you like historical stuff, I'll just move that one down so we don't see the bottom there. If you like historical ship things in great detail, Drakenfell's channel is really, really cool. And so I'm sort of it's a bit daunting when you're going into to judge a ship designing contest like this within the game, because the game actually models things extremely well, and to go back in and actually do it with someone, you've got someone with the knowledge of actual history of someone like Drakenfell. It's hard to sort of find your little niche of how you've then got to sort of add some sort of interesting things to the game itself. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this, and also the other one that's going to be doing that is Tortuga Power. And Tortuga Power plays a lot of these games as well. So Tortuga Power and I go way, way back. We've done so much content together over the years, and so it's sort of one of those things. And quite often we just chat a little bit on Discord about different things that are coming up as well. So it's sort of. So it'll be fun to do that with Tortuga as well. In fact, we're supposed to be on Tortuga and I are supposed to be on a live stream with Explorminate. Just a few, and also with Vic from Shadow Empire, because we both Tortuga and I were both in the early beta for Shadow Empire, and Tortuga and I also did a lot of content for Vic's other games, and so it sort of we've both been fairly heavily involved in the very, very early stuff for games like Shadow Empire. So we played a multiplayer game of that. So anyway, it's going to be fun with Drakenfell and Tortuga Power to sort of do that one, to do the live stream where we go through the actual finalists and choose our finalists. But as I say, it's a bit daunting, particularly when you've got someone like Drakenfell in that particular group. So look out for that one. That's coming very, very soon. That's also on the 22nd of February at 6 p.m. Central European Standard Time or summertime. No, it must be. It's not summertime, is it? It's just CET at this stage. Anyway, that's going to be on the Slytherin Twitch channel. Looking forward to that. So we've got a trial run this week to sort of just to make sure that all the technicalities are going to be working. But that's going to be good fun doing that one as well. So that's coming. Moving through. We've got Mechabellum, community question and answers. I haven't had a look at that one. Mechabellum is such a great game. Like, it's Battle Mode and myself played a multiplayer a few weeks ago of that, and it's just such a great game. Workers and Resources. I haven't really played that one yet. Oh, this is coming as well. Imperium's Greek Wars. This is interesting. You've got now the Rise of Caesar, I think it's called, the DLC. That's like an additional content pack for the game. It's a bit different to the other content packs, to be fair about it. It's sort of like it's not the same. So I think I'll still do a video on it, but I probably won't play it for very long. So I'll just do some sort of announcement on it. I'm not sure when that one comes in. Yeah, Rise of Caesar expansion. Yeah, that one's coming soon. So there's so that will be interesting. And it's Imperium's Rise of Caesar. So yeah, it's coming this week actually. So maybe I will talk about it now, actually, just so we can sort of see it. What's different about it is it's a much smaller time scale, and so it's you can't play the random games with it because it's completely different. Like it's set in like each turn is a matter of days or weeks. It's not a matter of seasons, and so it's sort of much more compressed areas. There's 2 campaigns that come with it, and so it is a scripted campaign, which initially I was a bit worried about. I was thinking I would have preferred it to just been like to have the random map option as well, but it doesn't have that. So not sure if it'll show it there. I'll just go through to it and show you it.
Imperium's Rise of Caesar.
I'll just turn that off. So new mechanics. I'll just go through and show you what this actually is. So okay, so we've got weather and seasons is now important because you're playing in a compressed area of the game. Because it's days and weeks, the weather does actually kick in and works that way. Caesar as a real unit, so you've got the different commanders, not just Caesar, but there's other commanders as well that come in as actual real units in the game. 2 consecutive scenarios. So these ones you can play essentially as playing as Gaul, or fighting against Gaul as Caesar's legions, and then take what you've got from there and play Britannia. So you can then go into Britain, and so you've got the 2 different scenarios that you can then go and play. But there is no random map, so just be aware of that one. You've also then got politics in Rome. So when you're playing as a Roman, if you can play as the Celts and all sorts of different, there's the Britons and so on and so forth as well if you're wanting to. But if you do play as Rome, you've then got a political aspect of it that you then have to answer to from Rome as well, and it's got a different pace to the game simply because you are playing not in seasons but you're playing in days or weeks essentially. So there's more that does come into this one here. Let's see if it shows the maps. So it's more of a cut down map, so pre-Roman Gaul and the British Isles as well. You can play, so you're essentially playing on sort of smaller maps. There it is. Britain's Roman Republic. So you've got the different tribes and things. So it's still the same base game in terms of its mechanics. But so the major commanders are actual units on the game. So that was actually just showing the temperatures. Oops, where are we? Back there again. So that's the weather system. Low temperatures forecast. So this one actually does then have impact on your supplies and so on and so forth. Storms have been forecast as well. Those are the range of supply lines. It's freezing cold. So it's fairly interesting the way it does actually work. Bit more intricacy. I wonder if this is like a new direction for them. So you still can build the Principes and stuff like this. That's the politics in Rome, so it's almost a bit like the research tree. You've got the revolts and things. But there is no random map. That's the one thing. That's the first thing I do with these games is start to try to go and play a random game. But that does come this week. So that's another one that I've completely forgot about mentioning actually. So that one is on its way. So that's the one there. So that's the Spotlight on Commanders for Imperial and Greek Wars, but it's going to have that. So that DLC is coming. As I say, completely different take on the actual game. I would love to see more like a random campaign on that smaller scale. I think that could work out fairly well. Here we go. So there's now an update as well for Field of Glory Kingdoms, Religions, Knightly Orders and Heresies. This is getting closer and closer to release. It's really quite polished. I've been playing it even just before I started streaming today, just to have a look and see how things work. And it's one of these games, whenever I go back in and have a look at it, and because I'm not playing it very heavily, but whenever I do go back in, I actually say out loud, "Oh wow!" When I see things that are sort of chopping and changing. It's not going to be an easy game, but it's very interesting. There's a few things that I haven't liked with it, but I may not be understanding it as well as I want to. So I'm trying to now just play it every so often, just to get my head around the approach to take with the game. And I think I'm starting to get there with that, because it's quite random every time you like. The replayability in this game is going to be through the ceiling. Like, it's really quite amazing the way it does work. It's not completely random, but it's random enough to make you then sort of think really cool things about what the way that you've got to approach your particular start. And your start will be very different each time, which is really cool, actually. I really like what they've done there. So again, great game coming. Not sure when it's going to be releasing. So yeah, Connie's been saying, of course everyone's a layman compared to Drac. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Eddie Ballgame saying a multiplayer game of Shadow Empire between you, Battle Mode, Tortuga, Power, and Richard would be epic. It would be so long. I would shy right away from a multiplayer game of Shadow Empire. It's just way too long. When Tortuga and I did it, we tried to play the two of us playing cooperatively against a single AI on a small moon, and I forget how many episodes we got to, but in the end we both just wanted it to be over and done with, and we just couldn't finish it off. And that was before the game launched, but it was it was onerous. So I've got zero interest in playing a multiplayer of that one again. Richard Phillips is saying W and R is like super complicated. W and R, oh, that's workers and something, I think. I'm not sure which one you were talking about there. So yeah, workers and resources. There we are. Yeah, it looks good though, that game. Like it rates fairly well. Scourge of the Sea launched last week, so that one was that was a really good DLC for Master of Magic. I mean, I've covered that a lot, so I won't go back and recover that one. The Dev Diaries for the Primal Fury tomes coming as well, so there's been a lot of content coming for that one. We've already covered Dominions, Galactic Scale, Civ 4. So these are different sort of updates that they then have showing the civilizations. I can't wait for the Warlords expansion. I don't know when it's coming, but I can't wait for it. Stellaris has always got stuff. That's pretty much all the news. So we covered everything through there. There was a mention in there as well. Actually, where was it? Someone mentioned... Did I bypass it? Yeah, USC Counterforce has some good updates. Yes, Dave mentioned that as well. USC, let's go and have a look at that one, because there are some good stuff. This is Universal Space Commandos, I think is what it is. Counterforce. And so what they have is they've actually brought out a big update, which has now got so Legion Space Commanders in a revival of turn-based squad combats inspired by UFO XCOM. Very good game, this one. Space Hulk and aliens, yeah. So it's sort of got a combination of all these different things. It's much more like Space Hulk than anything really, but with random maps. This is why I love it. Absolutely love it. But what they've done is they've actually added in, still early access at this point in time, they've added in a few different ways of playing the game now. So, hands on deck, actually, where is it? Let's just go to the news. Okay, limited time offer, 40% off. That's only just released. Is that on now? Limited time event and biggest discount, 40% off. Hang on. Is that right now? Let's have a look. It is. That's only just happened, actually. So that's so it's happened while we've been live. That they've actually now got 40% off this one, which is actually pretty cool. So you may want to pick this one up. Like that's fairly cheap, and it's, as I say, great game. Another one that I did start playing again earlier in the week when I saw the update that had come. Just go back to the community hub and just go back to the news again. I think they've put it in the news. 2nd of Feb. No, it was since then. That's weird. They haven't actually. So after this, there was actually a big change to it. So there's since release of Game into Access, we've worked tirelessly to bring you defend the base mode, new enemies. So it's got new enemies, new environment, spaceship and hydro. Yeah, this only came out this week. Spaceship and hydroponics lab. I don't know why they didn't make more of a splash about it. New weapons, flamethrower and the bio rifle. Many new items, rounds of polishing and balancing as well. Limited time event. Yeah, so this is cool actually. So yeah, like this is, if you don't have it, I do recommend it. It's complicated to get set up. Like it's one of these things where this is another good Daz Demption game actually, because it's quite a brutal game to actually play it. I wonder where the information was, because I saw the information about the release. Maybe it's in discussions. I don't know why they. I did see it somewhere about the new changes. So yeah, I don't know where that is. Again, if we have a look at that one, just minimise that. So USC Counterforce in there. Yeah, as far as a Space Hulk style game, this is really, really cool. I'll just open her up. And unfortunately, there's no default group. You do have to deck the guys out when you do play it. And that's fairly time consuming to do that. I don't think there's a default group, unless maybe I've killed it off. I may have sort of destroyed them at some point. It doesn't line up. It goes off at an angle. I wonder why I keep on shooting their feet off. Doesn't line up, does it? Yeah, no, it doesn't. It should be coming out here. If it was lined up. Yeah, so, yeah, there we go. He's loading in. Okay, so yeah, workers and resources, a big thumbs up. But we need to set aside some big brain time to learn and get sucked in. Yeah, I did actually start playing it. And Roger's saying, I feel the Slytherin announced Field Glory Kingdoms way too early. I don't know, because it's a niche game. Like I think niche games, it's fair enough to sort of share those sorts of things. Okay, ZXM is saying, I started playing KeeperRL now, and you can build up and down different levels like in Dwarf Fortress. Maybe that isn't new, but you could only build on the main level when I played before. Yeah, they've added certain things, but I think they've done even more. You had limitation to what you could do on the Z levels. I'm not sure if they've opened them up, but there was certain areas, particularly when you're going and finding, this is taking forever to load in. Don't know why it's taken so long. Yeah, so Connie's saying, yeah, I don't remember Z levels as well. They certainly were, like in enemy locations you could have the Z levels. I'm not sure how you do them in your own dungeon, from what I remember. It's been a while. Redigar saying Songs of Six is shaping up nicely too for fans of City Builder, World Map, Conquest Trade type games. Yeah, I haven't played much of that either. And you, A. Ilgen, is then saying, hey Daz, hope you checked out Neo Scavenger. It's a tile-based tactical roguelike with story elements, right down your alley, I think. I have heard of it, but I haven't played it. I'm going to jot that one down, actually, because that is one that keeps on coming up. I think I may have tried to contact the devs. I don't know if I've actually got that one. Information about your last game. Yeah, this is when you go in, like you've got essentially different operations mode. You've got defend the base. There's also different ways you can play it. The single mission, when you go in, you've got all these different ways of starting the game now, including the hydroponic labs, the hydro engineering levels in the mines. a ring space station, all these different sorts of ways of actually playing it now and with different objectives. So you do sort of have like different ways of sort of setting up the game now, which is quite cool. And it's quite a hard game, so even on easy, it's not even that easy. But anyway, there's a lot to play now in this particular game. I won't get started because there's just too much to do. I'll just cancel that one out, back to the menu, and how do we quit? Quit, there it is, bottom corner. But yeah, they've done that run very, very well. And so Connie's saying, yeah, the Songs of Six is great. Yep. Saying, geez, my keyboard needs a cleaning. Guy Bellaby is saying, just joined the stream, and that's already mentioned procedurally generated maps. Yes, I love them. I love that when devs put them into games. I find that like it's a hard thing to code in, and when they do it well, it's really, really good. I was saying one thing I'm really looking forward to is that chariot racing game by Slytherin. Such a cool concept in the first game, that really good for what it was. Yeah, so that was Quadriga was the original one, and the new one is going to be Ancient Arenas Chariots, which is now they were developing it, and then they put a hold on it because the same development team was then building Stargate Timekeepers. I think it was Stargate Timekeepers that they were building. So, which now is open. I don't have to keep it back down there. I haven't played that actually. I've got pretty much zero interest in Stargate Timekeepers, to be honest. It's not my sort of game, like those sort of commando style games. But I am looking for, I think that same dev team is then going to, once Stargate Timekeepers is done, is then going to be going back to essentially Quadriga 2. Quadriga was a great little game back in the day. So I'm really looking forward to that one as well. And it's very much it enhances on what was in Quadriga 1 there before. How can we get second front to make for city generative mass? Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where they really need to. With and it would be so good with second front. It's every time I play it, it's one thing that just keeps on sort of coming to my mind. It's like, why isn't there a random map maker? Like it's the maps are simple. It should be something they really focus on. Yeah, I agree 100% about that. Like it really does need it. It needs it badly. Okay, well let's. I guess we should just do the Marvel run. We've been doing this for a couple of hours now. So we do actually have the giveaway, as I said before. I've got the giveaway for Road Redemption. So we do actually have skin in the game. Now, if we end up with a tie, I'm gonna make it so that the tie will end up being if somebody has won a race, like that will then be the tiebreaker. If they've both won races, or the same number of races and are tied on the same points, then we'll have to have a playoff and see where they finish in the scheme of things. And so where their finish line is at that point, no matter who else gets into the actual mix. Actually, if that's the case, what we should do is let's make this a rule, because you've now got skin in the game. If it's a tie for the first place, and maybe if it's just a tie anyway. If it's a tie anyway, we'll then do a rerun with everyone in the actual race itself. If somebody else then comes and takes over the leadership, they then win at that point. Or if the other two are still somewhere at the top, if no one has overtaken them, then it will be wherever they finish in that race. As long as one of them hasn't then claimed the actual leadership. So we're sort of, in one sense, playing until we get a definite leader. So let's see how we go. So let's. So that will be. I'll have to formalise those rules so that I can sort of talk about them a bit more clearly when we go and do it. I may also change the point system if I can do that easily. Yeah, I might do that one as well. Anyway, let's just get it started. So I'm just going to go in and load in. Just go and bring this one in. So just go to Nightbot and log in. So nice. I lost all of the others to save my luck for today. Yeah, I think if we have let's keep on playing I think it'll remember. Actually, maybe it won't. I'll have to figure out what to do with this. this is all a bit up in the air, so hopefully you guys won't mind if I do screw this up a little bit. We're just going to go into giveaways. The keyword is going to be road. So if you can just start typing in the word road into the chat, that will be how you then get into the marble run. That's all you need to do is just use the keyword road and start to pump that away. In the meantime, I'll open up marble run, and longest username wins as a tie, says Connie. Get marbles on stream running, and I'll see if I can change the point system. So here we go. I should have done this again after the last time. I've been meaning to do this for the last couple of weeks. I forgot how to do it last time. You log in with Twitch. That's the problem. Is I have to do it that way. I'm supposed to do it that way. If we go to, is it customize? No, it's not that one. Race. Grand Prix. I forget where the where I do it. Home. Yeah, it's not it there either. Maybe I can't remember how to do it now. Let's go back to race again. Standard. Community. Maps. Yeah, it's not there. These are the maps. Oh, I can't remember how to do it now. Yeah, that's the different groups in through there. We'll be playing 4 maps, of course. Oh, race settings. I think it's down in here. God, I can't remember how I did it. Yeah, I'll just leave it. I'll just get you guys to keep on doing stuff. Local stats. I can't think of how to do it. I'm going to have to remember it. I'm going to have to do it again afterwards. So I'll have to just go back to our standard old way of playing it. There's got to be a setup for it, though. There's got to be a setup. I forgot how I did it now. Race settings. It's got to be in here. Yeah, I don't know what the delays are. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to use the same point system that we have. I wanted to have it so that if you did finish, you at least got 1 point. So I'll have to figure out how to... Actually, is it under customize? Yeah, it's not there. Leaderboards. Aha, I think we're here. ChatTactic. Yeah, that one's enabled. How do we edit it? How do we edit it? That one's the one that's on. I think I have to create a new one. I don't think I'll worry about it because I think it's if I go to custom points. Oh, hang on, this is it. This is what I've got. Yeah, 10, 8, 7, 6. Well, let's make it say 15. Oh, hang on. This is... so I'll just leave it 10 for now. It's 2. I'm not sure what these actually are. That was the one that I had set up. Participation points, and then you've got the point offset. I'm not sure how this one actually does work. I thought there was a thing for finished. Anyway, I'll just leave it where it is. I won't actually change it. So the first 9 end up with getting points, essentially the way that this is now set up. So I'll just leave that one where that is. So I'm just make doubly sure again that that is the is what we have. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so I won't change it just for now. I'll see if I can figure out what's going on with that one afterwards. So let's go get it ready. So we're going to go into Nightbot. So we've got everyone. So everyone's just typing in road. Okay, we've got a fair few in there. Copy, and I'll just go back up to Sublime Text. Oops, here we go. Only 23. Okay, so there's not very many today. Find and replace. Replace all. That's good. Okay, so I won't be involved in this one. So now, A, did you get in there? I'll just throw you in there as well. I think you were the last one. So at 24. That's it, everyone. Everyone's in. I've given you enough time, I think. Just save this group. So 24. That's not too bad. The odds. We'll just go back to the actual game itself. Race settings. Add names. We'll clear. Open. Marble names. Wish it would actually work for YouTube without having to do it this way. Finish. Okay, so we need to then using bots, and we're 24. 4 maps. Okay, good luck everyone. Good luck. Here we go. So yeah, so we'll keep on playing it until we have a definite winner, no matter who it is. So if it ends up being actually, I'll have to figure that one out as we go. Yeah, we'll have to figure that one out. We'll see how we go. We may have to have a playoff if there's 2 equal winners, because it will finish the Grand Prix at that stage. So start quick GP. Good luck. Here we go. Said Zek can always add some bots for increased difficulty if desired. Yes. Okay, so this is Eye of the Storm. Okay, this sounds like there'll be a lot of players losing what they need to do. So we'll start the race. In they go. Who's going to get in there first? So no one's through just yet. Just go on the outside and have a bit of a look and see who comes through. Here we go. Voodoo Dog's the first one out. So Voodoo Dog's taking an early lead, followed by Bubicus and Joseph going through this particular tunnel. This could be dangerous. No one's dropped off yet. Okay, Sorbicol, first one into the loop and straight through. Oh, Elephant Man is safe. Is he? Yes. Yes, he is. First one out is Elephant Man. Roger is then the next one through. Then we've got, so Elephant Man, Veering Games, Roger, Gyrox. I think there's another one in there somewhere as well. So straight through. Now, no one's dropped off yet. All the points are available. Oh, Radigar's taking the lead from Elephant Man straight through. Elephant Man has got a good run, though. Radigar is being thrown into the eye of the storm along with Elephant Man. Sure. Oh, there's Roger. Roger's gone. Elephant Man is straight through. Elephant Man's going to be the winner. Unless something goes terribly badly wrong here. So Elephant Man should be the first one. Sithel's out. So we've got a few trying to get through this eye of the storm. So Bubika still has to make it. John has made it. Actually, most of you have made it, which is surprising. Oh, ZXM and Robert have gone. Are they going to make it back? Who knows? There goes Eddie. Bubicus has fallen off. Actually, Eddie got back online again, as did ZXM and Robert as well. So, yeah, that was a pretty cool map, actually. Very, very cool. Anyway, we have our... nearly got all our winners. Okay, Uligen has got the last of the points. Dave didn't make the points. Just wait for everyone else to come back in. I will change it so that if you do finish, you do get points, I think. I'm going to have to figure out a way to do that. Let's test it. Oh, Bubo's not going to make it. He's going to get caught by the flames. Oh, yes, didn't quite make it. So Elephant Man takes the early lead. There we go. See final results in through there. So we've got Elephant Man, Radigar, Viren Games, Guy Bellaby, Max Rebo, Sticky Wicket, Voodoo Dog, and then John and Ulgen have actually all got points. Nobody else has got points. So if we have a look at the from the results to the ChatTactic numbers, that's the point system in through there. Then we have the Grand Prix total points in through there at this point in time. Okay, next map. So Fear of Heights. This sounds like it's going to be one that's going to be a lot of attrition as well. Okay, so start the race. Straight up and out. There's ZXM. Oops, let's just go back down. Straight through. Actually, these guys are just going straight through. Viren Games out in front. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong here. Okay, Silbercall, Connie, Bubicus is out in the early lead. I know Connie's now taken the early lead. No one's fallen off yet. I thought that we'd have a few people fall. Yes, Doomerson's gone. And Connie is gone. Here comes ZXM and Sorbicol. Okay, they've made it on. There'll be a few others missing, I think. Yeah, Jamison's now missed. Elephant Man, Sithel's okay. Let's just take up the leaderboard again. Just zoom on into whoever's coming second. So it looks like Joseph is coming second. Who's out in front? Well, they're not quite making it here, so they're going back this way. There's ZXM. If this doesn't make you sick, I don't know what will. Hope no one's got motion sickness. Oh, someone just made it through. Who's first? Oh, ZXM made it straight through. Okay, so ZXM is in the lead by a fair way. There is just a random nothing ball coming in behind. Now these can throw you right off. You've got to be very careful here. He's made it through. The others won't. Now, so ZXM is going to make it. Oh, Elephant Man actually. How did Elephant Man get straight through? Did he get? He might have been thrown straight up like Viren Games just did, but Viren Games wasn't lucky. Elephant Man somehow came through. I think he got thrown up through these different things that are coming through here, and actually got thrown into the winner's circle. So Elephant Man actually took the lead there again. That's really good points. Wow. That's 2 wins now. Unbelievable. That's incredibly well done. So it's almost game over now. So I don't think anyone's going to be able to bring back those points. Anyway, all of the points are now allocated. So, yeah, I think what happened is I think you hit one of those and got thrown up and into... Like, I think you hit here, and then managed to dribble into here, just in front of ZXM. ZXM was leading legitimately all the way. I would love to see a replay of that. Oh, hang on. So people can say, no, I saw Elephant Man pass ZXM normally while you were focused on ZXM. Oh, I didn't realise that. So he was my best at Daz Tracks, I think. So there we go. Let's have a look and see the final results. Now... Didn't you win the last one? I thought that if we have a quick look at the we've got the results. Let's just go to the ChatTactic points, and if we go to the actual Grand Prix, yeah, 10 plus 10, 2 wins. Wow, that's a long way out in front. So, yeah, Roger's saying, I feel like Eddie the Eagle. There we go. I like a bullet. So that's 2 wins. That's almost unassailable. That's going to be very hard. Radigar's doing pretty well. He's got points in both. So, and then we've got Voodoo Dog as well. And ZXM has just got that 2nd place and through there. So there's the point allocation at this point in time. Let's go to the next map. Love is in the air. Here we go. This will be a good one. Start the race. And who's going to come through? So we've got a nice pink purpley colour. Sticky Wicket, first one out. With all these little love hearts. And we've got John, Goes to Shows. Bubo is coming back. Sticky Wicket's still sort of coming back through. There are a few little things. John is closing the gap here. And has taken the lead. Goes to Show has also come in as well. Sticky Wicket's still doing okay over this other side. Goes to Show, John is back out. Robert, Sithel. Sticky Wicket's now sort of fallen way back into the mix. Got Robert, Goes to Show out in front. Sithel, John Layla. Robert on the other side. ZXM, Guy Bellaby, A. Ulgen. There's Elephant Man. Goes to Show is still... Actually, Robert's now taking the lead. Actually, Thistle now has come through. Taken an early run there with ZXM as well. So at this stage, looks like it could be between those two. Goes to Show has taken a low road down. So they've got a different way. So it'll be interesting to see... Oh, ZXM straight through. This is going to be interesting. Who is going to make it through here? Oops, ZXM and Sithel both made it. John has made it. Jamison has made it. Well, Max hasn't made it. So Max is out. Jamison has got thrown off here again as well. And out. Okay, the others are making it in fairly well. Roger's missed. And so the others, let's see. Yeah, Joseph, there you go. Goodbye. Unless you land. Oh, you made it. You made it. You made it. You made it. Bubicus is gone. Okay, everyone else is through that one. Let's see who's out in front. Who's got the front lead there? That was amazing. That was a good save there. Doomerson now out in front. Elephant Man again. My God. My God. Is he going to be able to take over and get another win? No, surely not. Doomerson's the first one in through. Sithel next. Elephant Man third. Wow, what a great run. ZXM also gets some points in through there. Robert, John, then Goes to Show, Joseph, Dave Flute, and then Connie coming without any points, and then the others as well. So that was a pretty interesting race, that one there. So again, Elephant Man right up in the big numbers. So that's really big. So Elephant Man, so never won one of these, and then 2 in a row, yeah, and third place as well, which really is now going to make you unassailable. So Doomerson did actually win this one. Just press escape. Right, so there they are. Let's have a quick look at there's the ChatTactic points that were then allocated, and then we go to the Grand Prix. So 27, way out in front. This is, I think, going to be the biggest numbers that we've had before in the game. And then followed next by 14 points, 14-13. So no one can actually win. You Elephant Man, congratulations. You are unassailable at this point in time. Let's go to the last map, Shattered Dreams. Wow, that's very cool. Saying, I swear I didn't rig this. Start the race. Start the race. Who's the first one? Joseph coming through. Eddie's there. Elephant Man out in front again. He's gonna win again. Is he? Is he going to be? Surely he can't win again. Here's the first one through. There goes Bubo. Challenging. On the other load, we've got there Gyrox, Sithel, Voodoo Dog, Roger and Veer and Games on this other side as well. Elephant Man still out in front. Well, you better buy a lottery ticket today, I think, Elephant Man. This is an incredible run of luck. Or skill. It's skill, isn't it? I think, yeah, still coming way out in front. But what's going to happen here? they come. Oops, Connie's gone. Now Gyrox smashed its... Oh, Elephant Man straight through. This is going to sort people out. Bubo's just in front there a little bit. And there goes someone. There goes Bubicus, Doomerson, Roger, Bubo, Eddie. There goes Elephant Man. There goes Guy Bellaby is now gone. Here comes Elephant Man again. I sort of want Elephant Man to win. Oh, he's close again. But no, Roger's going to win this one, surely. Surely. Or is Elephant Man going to get a really good run through here? No. Oh, Bubo's out. Oh, my God. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Elephant Man has come back in again and won again 3 times. 3 wins and a third. Wow, that's by far the biggest that we've ever had. Like, that's the best finishes ever. It is like you're hacking it, isn't it? So Bubo's stuck. Come on, Bubo. Make your move. Yep, you're in as well. So Elephant Man, 3 wins. My God, that is incredible. See the final results there. I'm going to have to jot these numbers down because this is going to be... I don't think anyone will ever beat this. This is unbelievable. So if we have a look at the race result, if we go to well, there's a ChatTactic wins then through there again, and then the Grand Prix. There we go. It's 37 points. Radegard did pretty well there to come back and get up to 18. But a 17 been in there, but that's dramatically big. Like, that's 3 wins out of 4. That's unbelievable. People are saying, how is that possible? I don't know. It's just crazy. It is crazy. Let's finish the Grand Prix and just get the official ratings. So the first one is Robert came in. Robert Leatherman came in 3rd place. Radegard came in 2nd place, but way out in front is Elephant Man. So congratulations, Elephant Man. What I'll get you to do is I'll get you to email me at daz@daztactic.com. I'll just pop that into the list and through here. And I'll then get that key out to you. So if you just if you can email me there, just go back to Marbles on Stream. But wow, that is incredible. 37 points. Like, that is amazing, actually. That is absolutely amazing. 3 wins on the trot there. And Doomerson was the only other one with a win, and that was the only points that Doomerson actually ended up getting. That's the first we've ever seen that sort of number. That's really cool. So Connie's saying, that's history in the making. Proud to have been there to witness. Yeah, no, it's really, really cool. I must have to run and get a lottery now. God, that's... well, don't run, because that may be all your luck for the day. But that's an incredible win. That is miles out in front of anything we've seen before, like a long way out in front. So Sticky Wick is saying, great race, Daz. I can say I was the other day, someone won 3 times. Yeah, that's the first time we've ever seen that one. So anyway, well done, Elephant Man. 37 points. I don't think anyone will beat that. I think that's the record of all time now for our run through here. ZXM is saying, my best ever, and I'm 6th. Actually, there is a way we could beat it. That would be to have a one-person race that could win it 4 times. That'd be the only way to do it, I think. I think even if you had 2 players, you still wouldn't get to that point. Like, it would be extremely difficult to get up to that one. But that was really, really cool. Yeah, John was saying a whole year's worth of luck. Yeah, and Robertson saying, yeah, nice work, Elephant. And yeah, it really was incredible racing. You did incredibly well. So Elephant Man saying, thanks for the stream. I have no idea how it happened. Well, it's skill. It's skill, obviously. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back. Actually, I won't be back next week. I'm going to have to change my day next week. I've got another live stream I've got to do at this time. It is actually it's a different. I'm doing a Slytherin live stream at this current time. So I will actually probably make it 2 days later on the Wednesday rather than the Monday for most of you guys. So I'll just leave it there. Can we have procedurally generated runs next time? I don't know if there are some that are procedural. Got some procedural generation, I think. Silver saying it's been a year and still no win. Well, Elephant Man hasn't really featured before, and all of a sudden he's right up there. So it's funny how it does work. I'll just quickly go through the list and just see who's the Jamison's down the bottom. Bubo, Roger, Connie. Yeah, a few of you got no points at all. But what a finish! What a finish! Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.